yeah, you might be doing something that makes you a fuck ton of money, but listen to anybody online that's a fucking multi-billionaire or a celebrity or whatever, and how much money do they say they need before they get happy? Right? How much money does it take a celebrity or somebody of status or a billionaire to make enough money to say, "You know what? This was the amount that I finally got happy." Do you know how much it is? Do you know what number that is? I'm gonna give you a second to think about it. Let me give you a second. Because I've watched a lot of fucking videos on this. Do you know what number it is? There is no number. There's no fucking number, right? When I get this amount of money, then I'll be happy. What is that doing? What's that suggesting? What is that saying? That's saying I will be happy when. Okay, now let's take money out of it, right? Let's take money and let's push that aside. Okay, it's not even about the money anymore. What happens about health? Okay, I struggled with chronic pain for many, many years. Many, many years. I had bulging discs in my back. Okay, and also some pinched nerves in my neck that was shooting down my left arm, and then shit shooting down into my feet. Feet were burning, stinging. Da 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 da. Okay, I used to say I'd be happy when. Okay, I'll be happy when I could finally start working out again. Okay, that came, and I could. I'll be happy when I stop having these heart palpitations. Okay, that came. Was I happy? No. I'll be happy when. Wait. But I'll be happy when I could turn my head in traffic. Right, I could look this way in traffic and not get whiplash. That would happen all the fucking time. All the time. Anytime I needed to turn my fucking head. Boom, whiplash. All the time. So I said I'd be happy when that disappears. So that came. Was I happy? No. No. What about relationships, guys? I'll be happy when I get in a relationship. So you get in a relationship, maybe you go through the honeymoon phase, and then what happens? They don't make you happy anymore. So what is it? What is it about this thing called happiness? Right? Obviously, it's not people, because once you're past the honeymoon phase, that fucking wears off. It's not even friends. You could hang out with friends. Hanging out with friends is great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's really, really great for you, especially if you have some really close friends, right? Because I think we all have these levels of friends. You have like your tier one group of friends, like the small group, the ones that know you, really know you. And then like you have like acquaintances and then, people that you just fucking know and say hi to. But yeah, even if you hang out with your friends for some time, yeah, it feels good. But does it fulfill you? Does it fulfill you? Does your job, does what you do, does that fulfill you? Does the money fulfill you? Do the views, you make YouTube videos, do the views fulfill you? Say you're famous, does the fame fulfill you? Do you love when you go outside and everybody's, you're the fucking man, right? You're the fucking man. Like, you are it. Like, thank you. Thank you. Does that external validation fulfill you? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say nothing externally fulfills you. And I've experienced a little bit of all of it. And I'm sure as I keep on going down this journey, especially as, the business does better, the finances do better, the YouTube blows up, which I already know before it happens. I get this notoriety, this fame. My acting career takes off. My other thing that I'm planning inside my head that I've been working on for over a decade, that fucking pans out. That takes off. But do those things make you happy? Right? I got a laundry list of things inside my mind right now, and I will tell you right now, having the fulfillment of those things will not make me happy. Now, that might sound depressing. However, I think that's an indication of something much deeper going on. And that thing that's much deeper going on is those things aren't a reflection of those things aren't going to make you happy, but they are a reflection of your happiness if you can enjoy them, right? So what I personally believe and what I've kind of come to notice is even in like the worst case scenarios where I got no money, I got no fucking job, I got no viewers, right? No views. Uh, I got nobody inside the infusion company. I got nobody, engaging inside the community. This thing that I built, right? So at that level, right? At that level, I could still find happiness. I could still find happiness at whatever level you're at. You can still find happiness. I believe it's the illusion that happiness is outside of you. I believe it's the illusion that happiness is one step away. I believe it's the illusion that happiness is right around the corner once you do insert the blank. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. Happiness isn't around the corner. Happiness isn't once you climb the mountain. Happiness isn't once you get into that relationship. Happiness isn't once you make a certain amount of money. Happiness isn't once you finally figure out your purpose, because once you figure out your purpose, then you'll finally be happy and fulfilled. No, happiness is right now. And you hear a lot of spiritual guides talk about this. You hear a lot of people in the spiritual community talk about this. You hear this a lot in religion. So I'm coming from a Catholic background. I don't go to church anymore. I kind of let that go. I don't believe in religion either, to be honest with you. But that's a story for another day. But what I will say is, it does point to, there's things in the Bible, for example, because that's what I'm loosely familiar with. There are things in the Bible that absolutely point to this truth. That the happiness that you're seeking comes from where? That's got to come from God. That's got to come from, but where's God? I mean, that's a whole nother video, right? That's a whole nother video. It's like, well, where is God in this equation? Is God up there? God, you up there? I don't know what cloud to fucking look at. I don't know what point in the ceiling I need to look at to find God. But God, are you there? No, what about here? God? God, how about is God over there? Where the fuck is God? Well, if you look at the Bible, and I came to this truth without the Bible, by the way. You could find this truth without the Bible. But if you look in the Bible, it will say, first seek the kingdom of God, which is where? Inside of you. Inside of you. So every time that you say happiness is out there, what is that suggesting? That's suggesting that there's a barrier between you and happiness. That is suggesting that that happiness itself is conditional. Right? Because if I say, okay, happiness is in that thing, insert the thing. Let's say money. Happiness is in the money. Okay, if I take that money away, what happens? Are you going to be happy? No, I can't be happy. Why? Because I don't have the money. Oh, so happiness is conditional then in your case. Right? How come it's in these spiritual teachings that they could find happiness without the money, without the fame, without a special relationship with somebody special? Why can they find the happiness without something external? And I think the reason why is because they have learned that anything that's external, or that you're chasing externally, is you trying to get validation. Okay? This is something I put inside. I'm going to show you this here. This right here, well, I don't know if I'll be known for it, but this right here is my formula that I created. I call it the miracle formula. You're going to hear me say this over and over and over again. I'm going to introduce the miracle formula like it's the first fucking time. Why? Because I know there's somebody new that is watching this video that's going to see it and they're going to be like, okay, what the fuck is this thing? Plus, I think if the more times you hear it, the more times you understand it, the more times you infuse what this fucking means and how it relates to you and your circumstance, and how to apply it to you and your circumstance to then create the change in life that you're looking for. Okay, so side tangent, right? What the fuck is this? This right here is a formula I created. So these 3 letters right here all represent a variable, okay? These variables, when you understand what they mean and how they interact with each other, you will be able to successfully create the life that you want, naturally reduce stress, and more importantly, feel the fulfillment that you've been looking for. Okay? Because, like I said, before I go into it, like I said, every time that we say happiness is in the money, the person, the place, the thing, the car, the whatever, it's one step away. Okay? So if we go back to the formula here, let's map this out. Okay. S stands for story. It also stands for state. Okay. So internally, right now, there are stories that you're telling yourself, especially when it comes to happiness. Where does happiness exist, right? If I said, hey, I want you to take a step back before we even go any further, just answer this question. Okay. Where does happiness exist? Ask that. Okay. Say it out loud. If you're in a room by yourself, say it out loud. Where does happiness exist? Take a pause. This is how you navigate the mind, people. Okay, so if you're looking to navigate the mind, so that way you could change your life and honestly recognize that the happiness that is right in front of you, I'm telling you, just do what I say. Okay, do what I say, because when you just say, okay, all right, where does happiness exist? Your mind will naturally start spitting out some answers. That right there is a story. Okay, that is a story that you tell yourself. Based on that story comes a state, an emotional state. How do you feel about that story? So let's take money, for example, because everybody loves money. Okay. When you say that you want to make a lot of money, okay, what is that actually providing? You think it's happiness, but it's not. What is it actually providing? It's providing a state, it's providing a feeling. Okay. That's what this really means. We are searching for a feeling. That is what you're looking for. It's not the thing, it's the emotion behind the thing. Okay? E stands for expectation. What is the likelihood of life supporting you on that goal? Right? Do you believe life is supporting you, or do you believe life is fucking you over? That's a question, by the way. I want you to answer it for yourself. Which one is it? Is life supporting you in your goals, in your journey? Or is life fucking you over? Is it a dog eat dog world out there? You're looking through life through the lens of lack. There's not enough money. Gas is fucking high. Groceries are fucking high. Like, this world is going to fucking shit. Right? The world is going to shit. Okay, if you're agreeing with what I just said, and objectively speaking, we could all say, yeah, gas prices are high. Yes, groceries are high. But if we are letting those circumstances fuel our expectation that, yes, the world is going to shit, if you're agreeing to that, you have a pretty low expectation that life is working in your favor. So let me tell you what that fucking means. And by the way, all of this is going to, we're getting back to happiness, by the way. All of this is going to tie into happiness. So just bear with me. So if you have the expectation that life is working against you, what are you actually doing? What you're doing is you're training your brain, you're training the part of your brain, the reticular activating system, to process all the information. So right now, you are absorbing about 11 million bits of information every single second. Okay? But those 11 million bits of information, not all of it's important. Not all of it is important in regards to your story. Okay? The story meaning like what things mean the most to you. Okay? Not all of that 11 million bits of information need to be understood and processed to progress that story. So what the brain does through this reticular activating system is it filters that information down. Okay, so instead of 11 million bits of information, now it is filtering it down to about roughly to 40 to 60 bits. 40 to 60 bits of information out of the 11 million. I believe that comes out, if we just say it's 50 bits of information, I believe that comes out to 0.00045%. So out of all the information that's coming in, 0.00045% is what you are consciously aware of. Is what all that information is getting processed down to. And because the brain is a prediction tool, it is doing what? It is reinforcing that story because that story is familiar. It's taking that information to match the story because the story is familiar. So if you have the expectation that it's a dog eat dog world out there, that resources are scarce, you're living life through the lens of lack, you have a shitty story about money where you're saying, yeah, gas prices are high, food's high, I'll never fucking make it. Money, like I feel like I always have to chase it. I'll never have enough, right? Those are all shitty stories. Those are all producing shitty states. Think about it. What kind of state does that produce? That story produces what kind of state? Worry, fear, doubt. Say you spend it on something. Maybe it's a little bit of guilt, maybe a little bit of shame. Oh shit, I shouldn't have spent it on this thing because now I'm definitely fucked. Okay, so I have a negative story. You have a negative story, which is creating some negative emotions, which is then multiplied by the shitty expectation. What does that all mean? What do you do in that case scenario, right? What do most people do? Most people get needy. Most people get very, very, very needy. Very needy. You start trying to control things because you're in a state of panic, right? You're in this state of fight or flight. There's not enough money out there. I gotta fucking control shit. I gotta fucking control shit. And when you're in that state, when you're in that state of panic, do you think you're responding to your environment or do you think you're reacting to it? Let me ask you that question. Are you responding to life or are you reacting to it? You're reacting, right? Because what you just did is you just filtered all the information that's available to you. You're viewing it through the lens of lack. You're in this state of fight or flight. So you're not seeing all the potential opportunities that are out there. Instead, you're in this constant state of worry. You're reacting to your environment through that lens of worry and lack. So you're most likely going to be making poor decisions. You're most likely going to be missing opportunities. And even more so, you're reinforcing this story. You're reinforcing it. And that's a problem. Because now we have a story about, again, and the main thing here is the feeling. What's the feeling behind all of this? Abundance, right? If we're talking about money, we're talking about the feeling of abundance. But what does that feeling even mean? What does abundance even feel like? Right? What feelings does that money give you? Well, for some of you, you would say, well, it'd give me peace. Okay. I would say, sure. Yeah, that's good. Peace is good. Peace is really good. What else? What else does money give you? Well, I could start enjoying life. I could start, loving life. Good. You start loving life. Good. So what happens if I said, you know what? Let's erase all this shit. What happens if I said, you know what, guys? Why don't I just give you the best story possible? The best story possible. Your bank account is full. Your bank account is full. How would that feel? Like, just visualize it. Like, just imagine you walk up to your bank, right? You make a withdrawal. You look at the bottom of your ticket, your receipt, and it gives you a bank balance, right? It gives you an amount of how much is in your account. Imagine seeing a fucking massive number. Big number. How would that feel? How would that feel if you saw a big fucking number? Probably feel great, right? Amazing. So you got this amazing feeling. And then on top of that, expectation. It's like, oh shit, dude, I got this Do you know how much money I got in the bank account? I got so much money in the bank account. I feel so great about it. Yeah, dude, I feel fucking amazing. I can afford whatever the fuck I want. I'd never have to worry about providing. I don't have to worry about the next bill cycle. I don't care. It is what it is. It is what it is. I got enough money in the bank account, guys. Do you see how I'm even talking about it? Like, this is what you got to do. You got to talk about it like this shit. Okay? You got to talk about it like this because you could feel what the emotion is doing inside of you. And don't worry, we're getting to the happiness piece. We're getting to the happiness piece. And then, so you also have this expectation, right? You have this expectation. It's like, okay, dude, shit, everything's working out for me. Like, I don't have to wait for life to change. Like, dude, I'm seeing it right now. Right? I'm seeing it. Dude, there's opportunities everywhere. Like, everywhere I look, there's an opportunity. Everywhere I look. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So now what I'm doing, I'm training my brain. Right? I'm training my brain to scan for opportunities. Why? Because I'm in a state of relaxation. I'm in a state of rest and recovery. I'm not in worry mode. I'm not in panic mode. My nervous system isn't fucking going haywire. You know, it's just relaxed. So what am I doing? I'm responding to life. I'm not worrying about anything. I'm responding to life. Even if something negative happens, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Something negative could happen. I'm out on the look for that opportunity because I'm solution driven. And in terms of neediness, I don't need shit to change. Right? I trust life. I don't need to control shit. I don't got to worry about shit. I don't need people to take responsibility for me. Right? I took 100% responsibility myself. I'm in control. Right? Which is, the paradox is I'm in control because I'm open. I'm just surrendered to life. I'm fully trusting God. Right? Look at how that narrative changed when it just came to money. So why do I say all this? And what does this all have to do with happiness? Because we started out with happiness, and I took you down this story arc of money, right? A negative story and a positive story. If you noticed, both stories exist, right? So if we look at quantum physics, right, and you go and you talk about like the field, right? The field is the fabric of reality, where everything exists. Okay, if I'm on this table here, this desk, imagine every single possibility exists. Every possibility from me being rich to being poor to me living under a bridge to me having a heart attack right now to me being able to sprint a fucking marathon, right? All these possibilities exist. All of them exist. I got positive stories, I got negative stories. With each story, they got positive emotions, they got negative emotions. With each opportunity, I'm expecting that life is fulfilling. I'm expecting that life is working in my favor, that life is growing me, and I also have the expectations that life is fucking me over, and life is just showing me a world of lack and how nothing can ever fucking happen. And then there's versions of me that are, surrendered and open and just living life. Everything's good, no worries. And then there's versions of me that's controlling, that's manipulative, that's trying to always get something, that's trying to control people, places, circumstances, trying to control my mind because things don't look right, and if I don't change these things, I'll never be happy. Happiness is conditional. Right? So both states exist. So if I'm going to talk about the happiness portion of this whole thing, where does happiness exist? The same place that unhappiness exists. The same place stress, fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, all that, and happiness, all of that exists within the same place. It's inside. Do you see where I'm getting to? It's inside. The happiness that you seek is inside. By just telling a positive story. Okay? I don't believe in affirmations, by the way. I do not believe in affirmations alone. Words are words. However, if you infuse emotion underneath the words, well, then that is what I believe affirmations are really meant to be. There's an infusion of emotion into the words. When you could feel that, then the words mean something. Okay? So that's when I say I don't believe in affirmations, I don't believe in just, looking into a mirror and saying, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and then checking your fucking phone. All right, am I rich yet? All right. Let me give me 1 second. Let me refresh. Fuck, dude. Like, why the fuck is there the same fucking amount of money in the bank account? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wait, I'm rich? Dude, Sully, just fucking feel it. Feel. I'm rich. I promise. I'm promise. Give me a second. Let me refresh this bitch. Refresh. What the fuck, dude? It's the same fucking number. It's the same fucking number. Okay. See what I'm saying? Words alone don't mean shit. And even in that example right there, I had a negative expectation. Why? Because underneath the words was what? What emotional state was underneath those words? Fear. Also, what was I doing? I'm looking outside of me. I'm hoping, I'm wishing, I'm praying, oh God, please. Please, God, please fucking make sure that money's in that bank account, please. Stress as fuck, dude. Stress as fuck. I didn't surrender. I didn't surrender control. I'm not open to receiving. I'm not flowing in life. I'm barely hanging on. That's what's happening with a lot of you. You're barely hanging on to life. Because you got these negative fucking stories. Got a lot of negative stories. Paired with a lot of negative emotions. And look, that's okay. That's okay. So what I'm here to tell you, and what these videos are here to show you, is really just how to navigate this. And by navigating this, it's just understanding. All you gotta do is just understand what's going on. Okay? The number one piece of advice I could probably give you is your attention is your power. Where you place your attention is your power. You just saw it in my examples, right? Even me just going about this little like money versus not having money. Checking my bank account like, fuck. Hopefully it's there. Hopefully it's, right? That's like one state. I'm placing my attention where? I'm placing my attention, hopefully this fucking thing makes me happy. Versus, dude, I don't give a fuck what the bank account does. I don't give a fuck. It's a number. It's a number. Does a number make me happy? Well, obviously it can make me unhappy. Number doesn't make me fucking happy. No, I just do what I do. I show up. I do what I do. I feel fulfilled in what I do. And I know I'm fucking provided for. Right? I'm a conduit for my God-given purpose. I just do. I just be what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm being provided for. And you might be asking yourself, well, how do I know what I need to be doing? Like, I'm sure that's part of the happiness portion of this. And yeah, I would say it is. I really would say it is. I would say what you're supposed to be doing, only you could answer. I can't fucking answer that for you. But you already know what you're supposed to be doing. You want to know how you know? Just listen to here. Listen to your heart. What is this thing saying? All desire arises from here, from your heart. Yes, and from there we could plan, right? We could go to the mind. We could go to the prefrontal cortex. We could plan out how we're going to do it. And for some point of time, that's good. Planning's good, right? The logical brain is not a bad thing. You can logically plan shit out. But what gets you to move and what gets you to experience life is much deeper. It's how you feel about it, okay? And I'm not saying that you always got to feel good to do the thing that you need to do, right? I don't always have to be fucking ecstatic when I have to turn on this camera to make a video, right? And I wouldn't even phrase it that way, to make a video. I get to make a video. Like, that's how I would phrase it. I get to sit down, turn these fucking lights on, and I get to make a video. I think that's fucking cool. I think it's cool to talk, right? I'm having fun so far. Right? This is great. Until the day I don't have fun doing this, I'll keep doing it. The day I stop having fun doing this, the day I feel like this is a fucking job, fuck it. I'll cut it. But I have fun doing this. Did I feel like I wanted to do this before I did it today? Fuck no. Nope. No, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do a fucking thing. I didn't want to turn on the fucking camera. I'm gonna be pretty honest with you. I was contemplating. I was talking to myself before I even started this fucking video, and I was saying, I'm just, I just don't feel it. So Sully, I do not fucking feel it. I'm not feeling it today. You know, it just, I, I didn't do that workout today that I should have did. Um, I overslept. I really did. I overslept a little bit, and I didn't even really prepare for this video, so I don't know if I could really turn this camera on. I don't really know if pressing record. I might be wasting my time. I might really be. That's your mind. It's your fucking mind. You see everything I just said? It's your mind. It's playing tricks on you. So you gotta navigate this bitch. You gotta navigate it. You gotta navigate it. Okay? So that's what my videos are gonna be all about. I'm gonna help you navigate the mind. I'm gonna help you change your perception. It's all about perception, people. Right? How do you view you? How do you view yourself? Are you a full cup? Right? Are you a full cup? Are you full of happiness? Or are you just waiting for that next best thing? Hopefully this thing gets it. It gets me to feel happy. Hopefully, you know? Hopefully. No, it's never it's never gonna work. It's never gonna fucking work. I promise. This is something I've documented over thousands of pages. Thousands of pages. Where I'm striving, I'm trying, and I'm hoping, I'm wishing, I'm praying, and hopefully one day I'll fucking finally make it. When I get to that top of that fucking mountain, I will finally be fucking happy. Always escapes me. The things I said would make me happy never fucking made me happy. And there are things that I said will make me happy. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think what God did is like, no, you're not getting those blessings because you didn't get the lesson. And this goes for you too. The things in life that you're looking for that you say are going to make you happy, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to make you happy. Those things that you say are going to make you happy, they're not going to make you happy. That's a fact. That's a fact. They're not going to make you happy. So what God does is God saying, no. I'm not giving you this fucking blessing. Okay? I can't give you this blessing because if I do, you are going to destroy it. You're going to destroy it. Because you're going to be seeking this thing and looking at this thing and hoping that this thing makes you full, makes your cup full. Fuck no. I'm not giving it to you. You're not having it. Because what you have to realize and what you have to understand is that the feeling of happiness is in here. You have to learn how to generate it in here. And really, what it takes to generate it in here, like you might be saying, well, how do I generate it? How do I feel it? How do I feel it? Like, what the fuck do I got to do to feel this fucking happiness? You got to get rid of the old shit. You don't have to do more. Okay, it's not about another technique. It's not about another process. It's not about another book, another self-help video, right? Like, you could watch all my videos. I hope you do watch all my videos. But you don't have to, right? You could join my online community, right? You could go inside my community. You could look at all the cool things I got. You could use my free AI assistant. You could call into the Sully show. You could call into, I'm doing a show, okay? You could call in, you could talk to me one-on-one. I could help you change your perception, your mind in 5 fucking minutes. In less than 5 minutes, I could change your mind on life, right? You could do that. Do you have to? No. No. The problem that you're experiencing is that you think you have to do all these things to finally be happy. But the truth is, you have to get rid of all the barriers, right? If I go to here, right? Look at this. Look at this. First, let's erase all this. Let's erase all that. Look. You see these lines here? Those are the barriers. You got stories. You got negative stories. And those stories create barriers. Those barriers create negative emotions. And those emotional states is what you fucking hold on to. You're holding on to it. And then you're saying to yourself, you're generating another story and another story and another story saying that you have all these fucking problems. And if you just knew how to get rid of the problems, you'd be better. You'd feel happy. You'd be able to finally live. You'd be able to finally enjoy life. You'd be in the present moment. No, no, that's the lie. That's the illusion. You don't need to do anything to be happy. Happiness is recognition. Just like this formula here. This formula is a tool to help you recognize how to create the life that you want to build, how to naturally reduce stress, how to be happy. But it's not doing anything, it's just being. Right? When you understand how all these mechanisms of life and how the mechanisms of the mind are working, right? How they work together, you will see, oh shit, I'm falling into the trap again. Which is fine. Allow yourself to fall into the trap. Forgive yourself. Oh shit, I fell into the trap again. I forgot. It's all right though. It's all right. I learned. And there's lessons there to be learned. But now I recognize what's going on with the mind. Right? The mind will project into the future. Right? You would have all these mental images, all these worries, all these fears, all these doubts. Oh shit, something in the future is going to happen. It's going to hurt me. I don't feel safe. And then it's going to take you in the past and it's going to say, oh, you remember this? You remember that? Oh, fuck. You remember this thing you did? Yeah, you should be shameful of that thing. You should be shameful. You better be guilty about that thing you did. You know what you fucking did. Now you're living in the past. Now you're regretting. Right? You're living life through the lens of fear. Fear. Whereas all you really have to do is just take on one thing and one thing only. You just, honestly, out of all these fucking things, all these variables here, the only one that you really, if I needed to focus on one thing only, it would be this. Be the expectation. This is just a choice, by the way. That's a choice. You can choose to say that life is working in your favor, regardless of how you feel. You don't have to fucking feel good. You could feel shitty. I've been in points in my life where I'm saying everything has gone to shit. I mean everything. I'm in the worst fucking state possible. I am in, if I'm taking just the state alone, I'm in the worst state. I'm talking pissed off, frustrated, even depressed. But you know what really canceled that shit out? You know what really made that shit just not fucking matter? Choosing. Choosing to expect life is working in my favor without any fucking reason. Without any reason. And that is faith, by the way. That is faith. Now, like I said before, it's just a choice. But a choice is easier made when you understand why you're making it. And the reason why you're making the choice to experience through the lens that life is providing for you is because you fucking know what your brain is going to do. You know what your brain is going to fucking do. I told you, right? Your brain, your reticular activating system of the brain is going to filter reality to match a story. So if you just you let go of all the fear, you let go of all the shit from this negative fucking story, right? You got this negative story, and that equals a shitty state. When we say, you know what? Fuck all that. Okay, I know what the mind is doing. Whatever. I gotta let that shit go. But I'm going to choose to say that life is working in my favor. And I know by doing that, you know what I'm doing? You know what I'm doing? I'm training my brain to start looking for opportunities. I'm training my brain to be solution driven. I'm training my brain to see life differently, to shift vantage points, to look at my problems from a completely different angle. Now I'm not in the problem. You see the difference? A lot of people can't escape the problem because they're in it. They're in it, right? They're looking for, it's like how do I get out of here? Like how the fuck do I get out of this fucking problem? Right? Do I have to change something about my thoughts? All right, let me try to change something about my thoughts. Fuck, that didn't work. Oh fuck. You know what? Let me try to change. Let me try to fucking manipulate this person. Maybe it's this fucking bitch. Right? This motherfucker fucked me over. Let me try to manipulate this guy. When I get this guy back, oh, I'm gonna be fucking. That doesn't work. Nope. Nope. Now I'm in controlling. Now I'm in needy mode. Now my nervous system's in that fight or flight. I am fucking missing all opportunities that are right in front of me. I am reacting to life instead of responding to it. Right? That is what it feels like to be entrapped by your fucking problems. That's what it feels like to be in a cage where you can't. It's like, well, what do I do? All you got to do is create separation between you and your problems. How do you do that? Through information. To have this expectation, which is just a choice, right? When you have the expectation that life is working in your favor, which is a choice, you allow yourself to be open to what? New information. This is why people say knowledge is power. Let me repeat that again. This is why people say knowledge is power. Why? Because now I could change my vantage point. I could view this differently. I could see what is going on right in front of me through a different lens. Now I'm not caught up in my problem. I am now seeing a solution. I'm actually seeing how this fucking thing helped me. That person didn't fuck me over. That person helped me grow. That person didn't fuck me over. That person helped me move away from what didn't represent me anymore. Right? If it was a job, that person didn't fuck me on money. They just showed me, you know what? I wasn't in alignment with that, and I really needed something in my life to fucking get me off that X. I had to fucking move away from that shit. See what I mean? It's completely different. And see what I mean? Where all that was derived from what? One place. Derived from one place, and what place was that in? That place was inside. Inside. Not one thing I said. Right? Outside of the negative shit. All the negative shit, I was looking outside myself. All the positive shit, where was I looking? I'm looking inside. I'm changing my vantage point. I'm changing the way I'm perceiving myself in relation to my circumstances, in relation to what were quote unquote problems. And when I do that, now I don't even see them as problems anymore. I see them as solutions. Now I'm not even afraid. I'm not even afraid. Do you see what I mean? It's a completely different framework. It's a completely different way of living. Just understanding what all these variables mean. Okay. And if you want to learn more about them, what I do recommend is you can go inside the Infusion Company. It's my online private community. It's where I help you change your perceptions. So that way you could change your life. When you click join, when you join the group, which is absolutely free, by the way, it's 100% free. When you step inside, go to the classroom section. When you go to the classroom section, you will see this module labeled the Miracle Formula. Inside this module, I will show you how to change your perception, okay? And then plus I also put some notes in there, which I update, periodically. And on top of that, I think I mentioned this before. Every Wednesday, I will be doing the Sully Show. Hop inside, guys. Hop inside the Sully Show. This is where I will be answering all your questions. So when you hop on the show, you're going to have questions. You're going to say, well, what about this? What about this experience? What do I do in this case scenario? What is this life lesson trying to teach me? When you hop inside, I'm going to help you dissect all that shit. I'm going to help you change your perception. I'm going to help you be solution driven. Because that's what you are. You're a solution driven human being. Okay? Or you could stay stuck, right? You could stay handcuffed. You could keep spiraling, keep ruminating in the negative thoughts, keep trying to overplan, keep procrastinating, keep living that old way of life. That's an option. I'm not judging. You could do that. I'm not judging at all. Or you could hop on the, on this call here. Like I said, 100% free. I'll change your perception in less than 5 minutes. I got a timer right behind me on the wall here. I'm going to put it to 5 minutes. I'm going to see if I can't do it in 5 minutes, I will work with you. If I can't change your mind in 5 minutes, if I can't change the way that you perceive yourself in relation to your quote unquote problem, I will work with you personally. Okay? But this is what I do for a living, guys. So hop inside. Definitely check it out. Also on Wednesdays, so that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m., by the way, 6 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you want to check out, what I have to offer here inside the Infusion Company, make sure to join me at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, because that is when I will be giving you a welcome tour. It's a live call, be showing you around, showing you what's up. And if you want to stay after the show, I have a couple different options here in terms of tiers. Being a VIP tier, you get to stay and hang out with me afterwards. It's nothing. You could ask more questions if you didn't get a shot on the show, or you just hang out, dude. We could just chill. I'm here to create, before I hop off here, let me just say, I'm here to create a community of like-minded people, right? If this sounds like you, I'm going to hop on here every day. I'm just going to fucking ramble. Whatever comes to my mind, I'm just going to fucking talk, okay? Right now, I'm in the zone. Dude, I'm in the fucking zone. I'm just like a conduit to the consciousness. And I'm just spewing out all the information that is inside me, and I'm just letting you have it, right? Just have it for free. Change your fucking life. Don't fucking suffer. Don't fucking struggle, right? Just start living life. Be fulfilled. Be happy, okay? But if you want to be surrounded by like-minded people, because I really do, guys, let me tell you something. I really do believe that when you surround yourself with people that have your best interest in mind, people that are also solution-driven, like I use this word a lot, solution-driven, right? There's a lot of negative Nancys out there. There's a lot of people that bitch, that fucking complain, that fucking whine, and then they go home or they go out with a friend group and, they drink. Look, if you drink, you drink. I don't believe in it. I think it's a fucking numbing agent. I think it's the worst fucking thing for you. And there's other ones too. And I'm not judging, by the way, because I had problems with drinking. I had serious problems. Or people I've had all the fucking problems. People struggle with lust. People struggle with porn, sex. People struggle with drugs. People struggle with food. People struggle with self-image. I've struggled with all these fucking things. Okay? But what I learned is, when you surround yourself with people that, even if they are struggling with whatever the fuck I just named, but they have the mindset that they say, you know what? I want more for myself. Because again, a lot of people think that happiness is escaping them. And that's a fucking lie. Happiness is not escaping you. Happiness is right here. But sometimes you have this internal beacon that is calling you, that's saying, hey, there's more for you in life. You don't have to stay stuck in this fucking shithole. You don't have to stay stuck in this shitty environment. I know you're frustrated. I know you're fucking angry. I know you're fed up. I know that you're just seeking for some kind of comfort to provide you a little bit of fucking relief. I know that. But why not do it the healthy way? Why not be around people that are there to support you in your goals, in living a much more fulfilling life, in being free, because that's what the fuck you really want. You want to be free. It all starts with environment. You are a product of your environment. I learned this the hard way. Okay? I surrounded myself with negative fucking people at one point. I even took a shot at throwing away my fucking job, having no fucking income, nothing, just banking on me to get this thing going. Because I knew that if my environment was shitty, I was just not in the right mental zone. If I'm not in the right mental zone, I can't come on here and produce. I can't be Sully. I can't be me. And I'm surrounded by people that only see life through the lens of lack. I'm surrounded by people that don't even support what the fuck I'm doing. They don't even, actually, even worse, they don't even care. Right? I want you to think about that. How many of you surround yourself with people that don't even give a fuck? No, really. I really want you to ask yourself that. How many of you surround yourself with people that don't give a flying fuck? How many of you walk around your environment, right? You're walking around as the invisible man or woman, but you're invisible, right? You feel internally that people don't fucking know you. You can't be authentic. You got to be some sort of version of you so that you make everybody else comfortable, so that you fit in. How many of you do that? I'm sure a fuck ton of you do. I'm sure a fuck ton of you do. Out of all the character types, I think this one is probably the most, I think it's the most overlooked. I think more people out there feel more alone than ever before in their entire life. And yet, this is the day and age where we're more connected, right? How funny is that? We have social media. We have the ability to be more connected with others. Yet, I feel like most people feel more alone than ever before. How fucking crazy is that? How fucking crazy? How fucking crazy is it that you walk around pretending to be a shell of who you are, but nobody fucking knows you? You throw on a face, you throw on a mask, and you pretend. And you don't do it to be a bad person. You do it because it's a survival mechanism. And it's sad. It's sad that we've been brought up in an environment where, you got to pretend to survive. It's unfortunate. But you don't have to do that anymore. I don't like that shit. I don't even like most of social media, to be honest with you. I think most of people in social media, I think they're fucking fake. I think they're fake. They're inauthentic. It's to get. Now, sure, yeah, we all have dreams, we all have hopes, we all have aspirations, we all have things that we want to experience. Okay? But at the same time, we don't have to sacrifice morals or we don't have to manipulate people. We don't have to put a shiny fucking object in their face and wrap it in all this goody shit, but meanwhile the contents of it are just shit. And then try to shove the shit down people's throat to get them to buy something. Like, no, we don't need to do that. So let's change the narrative.